Tim and Faith leave fans stunned with this announcement. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill are two of the most well-known and successful country music artists today. Tim has 3 Grammys, while Hill has 5. They're both brilliant artists in their own right, yet they're rarely mentioned in the same sentence. This is because they're a pair that's remained together through thick and thin. Tim and Faith have been together for nearly 20 years, unlike many other couples, and their love has been an inspiration. However, they've now made shocking news that's left everyone speechless. Private announcement. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill have been constants not just in country music but in each other's lives for the past 21 years. They just celebrated their anniversary and took advantage of the opportunity to divulge some details about their relationship. Their relationship has never been conventional, but their most recent development was unexpected. First, let's go through how it all began. Fans didn't see it coming. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill were simply 2 artists trying to make it in the industry before they took over country music. They initially met at the New Faces show in Nashville, Tennessee in 1994. Faith had recently divorced from Daniel Hill, a music publishing executive, at the time of their meeting. They'd been married for 6 years. Tim, on the other hand, was in a relationship with Christine Donahue. They had just had a short encounter, but it made an imprint on both of them. Teaming up on tour. Their first encounter had been 2 years before, but they would soon spend a lot of time together. Hill and McGraw headlined a combined tour called Spontaneous Combustion in 1996. However, the stars had not yet aligned. McGraw seemed to have a great connection with Christine Donahue, but he called off their engagement. Unfortunately, Faith was engaged to Scott Hendricks, a record producer at the time. It didn't seem like it would work out, but something changed on the first night of the trip. Unfaithful. Faith wouldn't have much time to make up her mind. Faith accepted an offer to go to Tim's dressing room after the show one night. They definitely had some unresolved tension and had been extremely close over the trip. Tim decided to go for it and make his move while in the locker room. They had their first kiss and could sense that something special was in the works. Faith recognized what she wanted to do and decided to call off her engagement. Falling in love. It didn't take long for them to establish themselves as a genuine power couple. Because they were traveling together, their friendship was becoming stronger by the day, and their emotions for one another were developing. Fans will soon be in on the big secret, soaking up every second of their public relationship. Faith and Tim made their first public appearance together in 1996 at Andre Agassi's Grand Slam for Children event. The unexpected news. Tim and Faith announced their relationship was moving quickly, and the couple received some great news in late 1996. Faith was pregnant and expecting a child. Her pregnancy came as a bit of a shock, especially to their fans. However, everyone loved catching a glimpse of the couple at red carpet events, with Faith showing off her baby bump. Everyone expected Faith to be a great mom, but one thing was still missing. Tim wanted to make their love official and wanted to get married before they welcomed the child. This desire to formalize their commitment through marriage added an extra layer of anticipation and happiness as they embarked on this new chapter in their lives. The wedding. Another crazy announcement that Tim and Faith made was that they were one of the earliest examples of surprise celebrity weddings, a trend that's become quite popular. They pulled off a remarkable surprise by tricking their friends and family into coming to Tim's hometown of Rayville, Louisiana, under the pretense of attending a softball game and a concert. Instead, their loved ones were in for an even bigger surprise when they arrived for Tim and Faith's wedding ceremony. Faith, who was 3 months pregnant at the time, exchanged I-do's with Tim under a picturesque oak tree. She wore a simple white dress and chose to go barefoot for the occasion, while Tim sported a black coat and blue jeans. This unexpected twist added to the unique and memorable nature of their love story. Newlyweds. Hill and McGraw performed at the American Music Awards in 1997, which was one of the first occasions they appeared in public together. Hill was extremely pregnant at the time, and her baby belly was visible despite her white clothing. But one thing was certain, the couple was truly in love and excited to share the news with the world. It was also apparent that they couldn't wait to tell their friends, family, and the rest of the world about their arrival. Baby on board. Tim and Faith were undeniably a power couple, always keeping their fans on their toes with exciting surprises. One such announcement that left everyone thrilled was the revelation that they were expecting a baby girl. After a long and eagerly anticipated 9 months, Hill and McGraw's joyous moment arrived in May 1997, when they welcomed their first child, a beautiful girl they named Gracie Catherine. But just when everyone thought their happiness couldn't get any better, another bombshell came. Shortly after the birth of Gracie Catherine, the couple surprised their fans once again with the news that they were expanding their family once more. Tim McGraw recognized the importance of dedicating time to his loved ones and took a break to do just that. Their love story was not only growing stronger but also blossoming into a beautiful family, full of love and surprises. Protective parent. Faith was born with the ability to care for others. Despite her celebrity, she took her family life very seriously and was providing her daughter with the best upbringing possible. In interviews, she would constantly express her joy at becoming a mother, and she would become homesick anytime she was apart from her family. "I can't even say what my greatest fear is because I can't even imagine it," she said. "Not having my family. It makes me weep, so I can't even say it." Making sweet music. Hill took a much-needed 3-year hiatus from the music business after 4 years on the road, and she also welcomed her second child, Mary Elizabeth. Her return, though, was a duet with her adored husband, Tim. The duet was titled "It's Your Love" and became an immediate hit. Their individual achievements just meant that their collaborative efforts might be much more fruitful. They were powerful on their own, but what would happen if they worked together? They were even more powerful. Expanding the brood. Just as everyone believed that Tim and Faith's lives were settling into a comfortable routine, they delivered yet another surprising announcement. Despite the demands of their 2 bustling careers and the responsibilities of raising 2 children, many fans assumed that the couple would put a halt to expanding their family by 1999. However, when Faith and Tim publicly revealed their intentions, they defied all expectations. "Ideally," Tim confided in reporters, "we'd love 5 kids." Naturally, the next question was whether he wished for a son. To this, he playfully responded, "I've always had a hankering for boys, but in a way, I want things to stay just as they are." He continued with a smile, "Let's just keep having daughters. That way, I'll always look good." Their ability to balance their careers, love, and expanding family kept fans excited and eager to see what the future held for this extraordinary couple. Hitting back at rumors. The press's constant fairy tales about the couple's failing marriage greatly irritated them. "I've had an affair with my makeup artist, a female, an affair with my hairstylist, my marriage is on the rocks, Maggie's not Tim's child, the naysayers," Faith said. "I don't need their permission. I have a lot on my plate. That's good if that's their enjoyment. Celebrity marriages may be tough to maintain, but Faith and Tim were not one of them." Ultimatum. Tim recognized that although Faith's presence had been constant up until that point, she would not stay by his side indefinitely until he began making dramatic adjustments to his lifestyle. Faith was at her breaking point, and as much as she loved her husband, she knew he needed some harsh love as well. She eventually informed Tim that if he didn't change his coping strategies, she was leaving with all 3 of their girls. Tim turned to martial arts to fill the void that drinking had left. College calling. When Tim and Faith's daughter Maggie left for college, they struggled to accept the idea that their baby girl had grown up. "It's beautiful and sad all at the same time," Tim said. You can't wait to see what they make of themselves and what they do with themselves when they get out from under your umbrella, but you're also nervous and sad because you're going to miss them." In denial. Tim will never forget the first time he met Tug McGraw. The pitcher was already well known, having played for the New York Mets for many years, including the 1969 World Series winning season. Tug, on the other hand, refused to recognize Tim as his son following their meeting. Tug didn't realize how similar his son's look was to his own at the same age until Tim was almost 18. In his father's footsteps. Tim was attracted to the world of team sports even before he knew of his father's past, ultimately receiving a baseball scholarship to Northeast Louisiana University. Unfortunately for Tim, he injured his knee during a game and was forced to abandon his aspirations of becoming a professional athlete. It was just his luck that he'd taken up the guitar while in college, which led to an equally high-profile job.